Well, you know, we talk about it here on the show all the time. A woman's life really is a true balancing act because there's family, there's work, there's friends, there's keeping a home, and that's just the beginning. But some women have it all figured out. They figured out a way to do it all with grace and satisfaction. One method, they run their own home-based businesses. It allows them the freedom of schedule, the convenience of being home, and the fulfillment of working for themselves. And so as part of our My Career series, I want to introduce you to somebody who can help you learn how to work from home in a way that could bring complete balance to your own life. This is Heather Chastain, the president of Celebrating Home. Good morning to you, Heather. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
When I read that intro, didn't it sound like I was talking about like our lives?
Absolutely. And then we were talking a little bit earlier too. You have 3 children.
Yep.
I have 2, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old, and it is a juggling act sometimes. You know?
It is a balancing act. But you know what? Here's the thing, and this is the other thing we were talking about off camera, is don't you find that some women feel like they have to make a choice that, okay, I have to be either this or I have to be that. I can't be it all.
Right. They feel like they have to pick sometimes. I'm either going to be a successful career woman, or I'm going to be a mom, or I'm going to be a wife. But the truth is, we have to do all those things in every day, and we love all those things. I love being a wife, I love being a mom, and I like being a businesswoman.
Right.
And Celebrating Home, we help find a way for women to do that. If you choose to own your own business through direct selling, you have this opportunity that will fit around when you want it to work for you. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, but here's the thing that I have to say is that I know that I have a lot of friends who do direct sales.
Sure.
And here's the thing, I know that for some of them, whether they're really shy or really, really outspoken, they say, well, you know, it takes a certain type of person to do direct sales. Is that true or is that not true?
It's one of those things we debate all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I think what you do have to have is a belief in what's possible. Because with any business, whatever your business is, whatever you put into it is what you'll get out of it.
Right,
you
right.
know? And so the great thing about direct selling, as opposed to maybe starting up on your own somewhere, is that we provide the business plan, we provide everything that you need and show you the path of success, so you can walk it perhaps a little more confidently, which opens it up to more people that might think of themselves as entrepreneurs, or say, my goodness, I don't have the courage to do that. You don't need that with a direct sales business. We'll help you get that courage along the way.
And it's interesting because I love the name Celebrating Home, because for many of us, and I know myself included, I'm very much into home. I'm very much into family. I'm very much into making that my sanctuary and my space. And so with Celebrating Home, how does it do that? And certainly, I mean, what you're buying, what you're selling, I'm buying, because that's kind of where I am in my life right now. You know what I mean?
When we came up with the name Celebrating Home, it was very deliberate. We celebrate everything in a home, from the woman who's at the heart of it and the center of it, and all of her success and all of her potential, to the things that make a home beautiful. Everything from stoneware to help you cook, and we show you how to get dinner on the table in 20 minutes every single night. I have 5 bean pots in my refrigerator right now. They're taking care of leftovers while I'm here with you. You know? Or entertain gracefully without putting all the effort into it. Yeah. Because who has time?
Who has time to do that?
No one has time.
And you touched on it a little bit, some of the products, and I want to talk about that a little bit more, because I think these products are so unique and so different. Let's tell our viewers just a little bit about what you all sell.
We sell a lot of different products. We have an entire stoneware collection, which is really our signature piece. We have a bean pot, and we're going to show you that a little bit later.
She has mentioned bean pot 5 times. I cannot wait to see this bean pot.
The bean pot has transformed my life. I'm not kidding. It has completely transformed how I manage my life. It's phenomenal. We'll talk about that in a second. We have a whole line of home fragrance, and we sell, so many of our products we design with multiple uses for a lot of reasons, right? I mean, value. You need to have a piece. We have a piece, in fact, right here on the coffee table. Right now, you can see it's decorated a little bit for the holidays. It's right now, currently, in my home back in Texas, it is sitting on my dining room table with seashells in the bottom and some blue candles on the top and more seashells across the top. So it will take it season to season to season, because we know and understand women don't have a lot of time to think about all of this every single season. So we want to give you things that give you versatility.
Absolutely. I think that's terrific. The other thing I think is terrific is that you've, turned out some pretty phenomenal women through Celebrating Home, right? And we're going to talk about that as we head over to our Balancing Act kitchen. Coming up after the break, speaking of phenomenal women, Kim Life, a designer with Celebrating Home, will be joining us in the kitchen to show us how easy it is to turn all of this into a successful business. So stick around for that. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody. Before the break, we introduced you to Heather Chastain, president of Celebrating Home, and we are now joined by Kim Life, a designer with the company. Hello, Kim.
Hi,
Good to meet you.
Danielle.
Good to see
Thank
you.
you.
I saw you over there, but here we are
Happy to
again.
have Kim with us.
I am
Thank
too.
you for inviting me.
And I have to tell you, I love your story. And let's tell our audience, how did you get involved with Celebrating Home?
Well, when I first found out about the opportunity with Celebrating Home, I looked at it as a perfect time to join because I own two businesses, two clothing stores, and I could do this along the side of that.
Little extra money.
Little extra money, right, exactly. And right away, like within about 3 months, my income just well exceeded my dreams. And so I decided to close both my clothing stores. Within 6 months, I was doing this full time, and it's just been amazing ever since.
Well, let me ask you this then. So what makes direct sales work for you?
Well, I love the flexibility. I'm a mom and also a grandma. I have 2 grandchildren.
A grand who?
A grandma. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Well, thank you for that. But it gives you the flexibility to be able to be that stay-at-home mom, and I've done this even when my kids were smaller too.
And, you know, one of the things, Heather, that you and I were talking about over in the living room is the fact that, you know, with Celebrating Home, it really is about celebrating home, which a lot of women want to do these days, given the economy, given the recession. But we all know what's the heart of the home.
The kitchen.
The kitchen. So that's why we're in the kitchen, to create some really great ideas for women who do want to feel inspired and feel like, hey, I can do this too.
Yeah, and that's really what we show women how to do, is that it is possible. If you want to cook dinner for your family every night while working a full-time job, or even if it's a less flexible opportunity than direct selling, you can do that. I do that. Every night I'm in town, dinner is on the table, and it's because of the wonderful products that Celebrating Home has. We have a couple to show you.
And that's what I was laughing about, because she is already whipping something up. She's already gotten started.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these are the bean pots that we were talking about
the
earlier.
infamous bean
The
pots.
bean pots have 2
Okay.
different styles here. One, we've already made a chicken and vegetable dish, and this is a 1-pot dish. So you just put everything in. There's lots of recipes online for that, which is fabulous. Meatloaf, chicken, soups, casseroles, lasagna, anything you want you can make in the bean pot.
That's nice.
But I want to show you today something that you can make that you might not think of, and that's a chocolate chip cookie.
In the bean pot?
In the bean pot. I'll show you. Kim, stand up here just a second. Now, you and I were talking right before the break about how you made cookies last night for your kids,
I just made them last night, and it was laborious.
It's like a time commitment. It is a time commitment. When your kids want those cookies, it's like you got to get the mixer out and the beaters and all those things. Plus, you're putting them in the oven.
Right.
And batch after batch after batch. Well, we have developed with the Celebrating Home bean pot. This is like everything off the back of the chocolate chip cookie package.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And the only difference is you want to melt your butter ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because the reason I love this recipe, this is every ingredient on that. You mix it up with a 1 wooden spoon. When you've mixed all these up, you just get it where it's all nice and moist, and then bake it in the oven according to the pan cookie directions. Leave the lid off the bean pot, and then at the end of it, this is what you wash. 1 spoon. Do you see how long that took?
Woman after my own
it
heart.
was an
I
extra
love
5
that.
minutes to measure out the ingredients, but that's how long it took.
So that's great. I'm a bean pot convert.
Yes.
And
Now,
so what else do we have?
The other thing is what this will do is fill your home with that nice smell of fresh baked cookies. If that's too much for you, we have our fragrance warmers, and I have to show you.
You were telling me about
I was
this.
telling you
So
about this
tell me-
earlier. This is a fabulous, fragrance warmer.
Yeah.
What this is a home fragrancing system that is made with a water-based gel. The cleanup on this is so simple.
Okay.
You simply take your gel, and in this case we're using creme brulee because it smells a lot like
so chocolate chip cookies, creme brulee.
Exactly right.
Yes,
exactly right.
love
And you
it.
just put a little bit of fragrance gel in the top of the fragrance warmer, and it'll fragrance your home for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, but cleanup is a cool thing, because cleanup, all you do is you take this off and you put it in your dishwasher.
And that's it. You're done.
That's it. You're done.
People really are into transforming their lives and putting positivity out there.
Absolutely.
Because I have to tell you, one of my favorite things that you all offer is this
I'm
gratitude
so glad
tree.
you like it.
I don't like it. I love it.
Isn't
I
it
love
fab?
it.
This was inspired by one of our home office team members who has a child with special needs, and she needed a way to come up of saying, I am grateful for one thing every single day. So this comes with everything you need to create a gratitude tree in your home. Just write down something you're grateful for each day, put it on the tree at the end of the year on Thanksgiving, make it a morning tradition to read everything that everyone has been grateful for all year round.
And I just put, I'm grateful for my kids.
Oh,
And I
fabulous.
am, but I'm also grateful for you ladies for coming on the show and sharing this wonderful
Thank you so
opportunity.
much. Thank you. We've
for
had a
being
great time.
here. I'm so glad. So if you want to learn more about direct sales or Celebrating Home, simply head to the website. It is celebratinghome.com.